Hi, Denise Roberts here, and I've literally trained thousands of people to help them improve their sales, become better business owners, and to get themselves out of their way. And over all these years of training these people, for the last 20 years, I've been asked numerous times, is there such a thing as a sales process, a formula that people could follow, a step-by-step process? And yes, there is. So I'm going to take you through that process right now. It's 6 steps. First one is find people with money. Now that seems kind of silly and pretty self-evident, but if you've ever wasted your time with someone that didn't have money, you know what I'm talking about. The next thing is you're going to have to approach them. Then you're going to have to present to them, turn their no's into yeses. Ultimately, if you've done all this, you should close. The process should be pretty simple. And then you're going to get a testimonial. This is the piece that most people skip, but get a testimonial. And the reason for that is it now makes it a whole lot easier to repeat the process and go back and find people with money. Make sense? Right. Now, here's the deal. There are 3 on here that are very important, that are usually the hardest for most people to deal with. And I'm going to point out the 3. Let's see if you think that they're the same 3 that I think they are. The first one is you got to approach them. This is where everybody's psychosis and neurosis comes up. What am I going to say? How am I going to say it? I don't know what to say. And this is an issue that's for most people. I've seen this over and over and over again over the last 20 years. Most people do not know how to say what they do effectively, concisely, and able to communicate their value. Then we're going to have to present to them. All right? So as we present to them, that's not just PowerPoint presentations. This could be something as simple as an elevator pitch, the first time you meet someone, the first time you ring them up on the phone or you reach out to them. It's how do I say what I do in a way that compels them to want to know more without giving them the entire Wikipedia version of what you do. They either say too much or they say too little. Everybody understand? Everybody know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you've been there, done that? Me too. Then we need to turn their no's into yeses, because as you present to them, what's going to happen is they're going to come up with their concerns, their issues, their objections, right? And when that happens, many of us don't know how to handle those. We might be able to handle 1 or 2, but then we get into a tug of war with them. So if we don't know how to turn their yeses into no's into yeses, if we don't know how to do that, then we're going to be doomed. And that's why all 3 of these are pivotal pieces. That's why I find, as I said, most people do not know how to say what they do and compel people. Then they don't reach out to them. They try to put themselves in and they don't have a safe place to go and practice this and do this over and over and over again to get better at it. Because anytime you want to do anything and master anything, you have to practice. Everybody understand? Yes? So that's why we are doing a workshop to work on these 3 in particular. How to say what you do in a way that compels people to want to know more. How to be able to say it concisely. How to actually leave a voicemail and have people call you back. How many think that would be pretty cool? We actually had one person go through the program that did this. 6 out of the 10 voicemails that she leaves call her back. Pretty impressive, huh? And then how to deal with objections. Not only from them, but from yourself. Because what happens to people is when we get hit with an objection, this is what happens. This goes up. So let's talk about what happens when an objection goes up. Your emotion goes up and your intelligence goes down. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've ever been hit with an objection you could not handle in the moment, and like 10 minutes later you thought of a great comeback, well, that's exactly what happened. Literally, your brain disengaged from your tongue and you couldn't say anything. You either went into fight, flight, or freeze mode. And that's why we're going to work on that. Be able to handle any objection anytime from anyone, including yourself. Because see, what happens is you don't have a place to practice this. Because you don't practice this, you don't get better at it. You go out there and you wing it, you throw yourself into it, and then you make a mistake or it doesn't get the result that you want. And then what happens is you take yourself out of the game. Wrong thing to do. You need to put yourself back in the game. So we've created a 90-minute workshop. We're going to be doing it on April 23rd. And if you click the link here, there'll be details of how to register for that. It's $15. Come and learn how to say what you do in a way that compels others to want to know more. Learn how to handle any objection, anytime, anywhere, from anyone. And learn how to manage that little voice inside your head that says, it's not working, I'm not doing it right. So come and join us on the 23rd. We'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.